latest shit of the Kottonmouth Kings. You can get Stoners Wreaking Havoc. Some crazy ass shit. Ain't got shit on Jackass, man. And Jackasses can't touch this, man, because of the shit I seen on this. You know what I mean? And then you got Rolling Stone, the latest and the greatest. They pulled out all the stops on this motherfucker, let me tell you, because it just rocks from beginning to end. 19 tracks of music, 3 little interludes, yes indeed. And then you got the self-release on the Suburban Noise. Kottonmouth King's Hidden Stash 2, cream of the crop. Good shit too. I like the intro with the little Pink Floyd echoes in there.
Hey,
is that a good ear?
We haven't cleared those samples, bro.
Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry, you know us old heads, you know. Hey, I started having a flashback when I heard it. I was like, whoa. What we got going on? He's got the crusher there.
Tell him. Tell him what? Pink Floyd fucking versus Bobby.
Slide that way. Make this happen.
Roll over. Roll over. Would you hold that for me? Damn. Ain't nothing like interviewing the Kottonmouth Kings because there's so many friends about you, and you know you just feel happy. You know what I mean? You could have had a stressful day, and you just come and chill with these guys, and it's all gravy, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Congratulations on the new CD, man. You know what I mean? Like I was talking to Richter and D-Loke before on the last time you guys was out and around. They're like, man, it's like you got a load to let go on, and you just got to wait for the label to release it. I mean, has it been a long process for you, and just waiting for this to come out?
No, you know, I mean, everything comes in cycles, man. You know what I mean? You just gotta have patience. You know what I mean? Time's all relevant. It's cool, man. We're happy it's out. Obviously, it's you know, it's probably going to be our last collaboration with old Capitol Records, since they don't seem to see the vision of the Kottonmouth Kings, what we're doing. So we're having a lot of, you know, problems like that, trying to get them to support the record and get behind us.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be sorry, bro. That's why we have Suburban Noise Records. You mean? So we're going to be launching our own platform. We have a live album coming out April 20th, along with a documentary of this tour.
Oh, fucking
Porno Dave shot. Lega's got his new album coming out, another cult classic.
Silent Man Speaks Up. Now, how long did it take for that to happen? I was kind of curious, man. I was like, damn, man, the dude's always been there and supporting and dancing and keeping y'all.
He's done a lot of stuff, but this record, him and Bobby B just finished right before we left on tour. It's called Another Cult Classic. Then Bobby B and D-Loke have follow-up to their own DJ records. Bobby has 2 out, 99 Rifts Beyond and Built From Scratch, and D-Loke has Shaky Bones, The Green Room, but they have a collaboration DJ record called The Tsunami Brothers. King Harbor.
There's a little bit about that on the DVD, if I'm not mistaken, some of the things you got going on at Suburban Noise, yeah. There's a select mode.
The Judge album coming out. We got the Mix Mob album that's out, and they're on tour with us right now. So Corporate Avenger album is out on that. And then Taxman, if you look right there, put the camera right on the wall right there. The Taxman has a movie coming out. It's called The Taxman's Revenge. It's a DVD VHS. It's his own movie coming out, a little anarchy and chaos in your own living room. So we're just trying to, you know, we have the foundation laid across the, you know, for the underground. We're just, you know, got a platform, Suburban Noise Records, release all these independent things, you know.
Yeah. I was kind of curious because I thought it was odd that you released, you know, Cream of the Crop, Hidden Stash 2 on Suburban Noise. I was like, well, why wasn't Capitol back on that? Were they kind of at a point where they were...
No, that one.
On a, you know, flip and burn.
Long story with that one, but our particular that one didn't fall under the classification of our contract with Capitol. You know what I mean? Okay. So, long story, but we don't need to get into details other than all.
Nice little loophole.
The Kottonmouth King albums have been a very nice loophole. All the Kottonmouth King albums are on Suburban Noise Records, and then, like, you know, the Rolling Stone, High Society, and Royal Highness are with Capitol as our, you know, partner putting that out.
Is that like a 3-record deal you sign with them, and then you know, the contract expires and they decide where they're going to go with it?
Exactly. So yeah, we're moving into greener pastures, man. So we're going to go home off this Rolling Stone tour and start recording the new album. Yeah.
I wish they'd opt for the extra.
When we get home, you know, besides the live album that we're doing, it's called Classic Hits Live, right? It's going to be a double CD set, recorded in every city across the nation, and it's going to come out April 20th. And then we're also recording a punk rock record called the Kottonmouth Kings High Voltage tentatively, that's what it's just all straight punk rock, old school. That's D-Lo's idea one night in a Stone Stupor.
Yeah, we're just going to do a punk record, you know, because we just like that. You know, if we're going to do a hip-hop record, do a punk record. You know what I mean? Let all the lies be told, let all the truths be lied, and we'll see what happens, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then, so we're doing that in January, recording that album, and then meanwhile, while we record the next studio album for the Kottonmouth Kings, which will be a traditional Kottonmouth Kings album, you know what I mean? All the beats and everything. So, and that's hopefully going to come out probably about around a year from now. You know what I mean? Next November, that'll be the next studio. So in between then, you got the punk record, the live CD, the DVD, the Apocalypse record. We got all this stuff to keep you guys all, you know, fermented with new material. Keep your heads buzzing. Yeah.
It's good. I mean, you got a lot of kids out here, you know, no radio play and some cable access play. You know what I mean? It's good that you know, kids catch on, you know, and it's good stuff. I'll tell you what, I've turned on a lot of people to the album that are hardcore hip hoppers. I live in the inner city, and they're coming back at me like, "Gigs, this is some tight shit. Who are these guys? You know what I mean?" You know, and they're getting it, you know.
It seems to be a lot of word of mouth all around the nation, man. It seems to always have been about a word of mouth. You mean just people spreading the word, spreading the good word, you know what I mean? So we kind of like it that way, keep it on the underground. We kind of, you know, fly below the radar and just do our thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's rad. We've been stoked, you know, to come here and do shows in all these crazy cities and all these different spots, and you'll have, you know, 100 kids, couple hundred kids stand out, you know, 4 to 5 hours before the show, just hanging out, want to catch the vibes, you know what I mean? Whatever, you know, hanging out, getting high in the parking lot, just want to be a part of the whole scene. We're fortunate, you know, just to have that opportunity to have that, and it's killer. We're stoked. We just want to make hip hop and punk rock, dude, straight up. You know what I mean?
Now, what do you think about the Nevada shooting? Nevada shot down the legalization. Were you guys like on the bandwagon with that?
Yeah, I mean, anywhere they're going to decriminalize weed is a good thing. You know, it's a good effort. Unfortunately, you know, of course, it was a heartbreaker. You know what I mean? But you know, hopefully, one day we'll live in a world where ignorance won't reign supreme, and when all of a sudden people understand that we live in a society where violence and military action and guns and all these crazy things are completely acceptable, but yet a plant is not acceptable. You know what I mean? Alcohol is completely rampant and acceptable. A plant is not acceptable.
I gotta be
you know what I mean?
just because I'm fucking driving around in a car, you know, smoking a plant, you know, which doesn't impair my, you know, any of my abilities to do anything, as you know, like alcohol does, where it debilitates all of your neuron skills, all your motor skills, and you know, coordination. And it's just a freaking shame, man. You know what I mean? Just terrible atrocity that's going on in this country. It's about guns and butter, you know? Yeah. I don't know if you remember that flick, Reefer Madness. It was made by, it was made by a guy that was into oil, Hearst, who we've had 2 of the grandkids broadcast on KDK in this time. And the whole idea of that is he found out that hemp oil doesn't break down. And he didn't want that infringing on his oil industry, you know. So he put out Reefer Madness to put on this big scare that you'll go crazy from smoking weed, you know.
Propaganda.
I mean? Yeah, propaganda, exactly.
Yeah, well, it's the earth medicine. You know what I mean? It really is the perfect plant. It could be used for oil, fuel, clothing, shelter.
Paper,
you know, for medicine. So it's
we shouldn't be tearing any trees down for paper. You know, wood should be for guitars and houses, man. That's what the fuck I say.
I'm just saying, it's just such a God-given resource that was given to us as human beings to utilize. For them to make a law outlawing it, it's really just doesn't make any common sense to me as a human being. You know what I mean? You could walk into a Walmart and buy a gun, a sporting goods store. You could turn on CNN anytime and just see violence. You scan your TV, violence and weapons are completely acceptable, yet a plan is not. Makes no sense. Makes no sense.
Rolling Stone, that's the shit.
Rolling Stone.
You picking up guitar a little more? I noticed you.
Yeah, well, we have Doug Carey on, who's out with us on tour playing guitar on the Rolling Stone album. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's playing the band. Player, you know, I don't like to do my tasty licks too much. You mean?
Yeah. You saving them for the punk album?
Yeah, but Doug Carey. I used to be quite a player in my day, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm a player, baby.
This fool plays ass. I used to fuck it up and let you high.
Player, baby. Hey, tell him, Pete.
12-string on that.
Word.
This fool play a 12-string.
I've been dazed and confused for so long, it's not
X,
true.
you know what I mean? Yeah, he let the licks lay low on this record.
Yeah, Doug Carron's out with us. Doug, he's playing the Descendants and the Humble Gods, and he's playing guitar with the Kings on this tour and on this album. So it's killer. Add that dimension, you know what I mean? But that's only one layer of the dimension, you know what I mean? The beats and the layers and the keys and the scratches and there's all kinds of layers and textures of Kottonmouth Kings album, you know what I mean? Hopefully we defy any category, you know what I mean? I don't want someone to be able to say, oh, the Kottonmouth Kings are this or they're that. We're just the Kottonmouth Kings. Hopefully we make unique and very unique music, you know what I mean, that no one else is doing it, and hopefully we're doing that, you know what I mean?
You are. It's great music. One other thing I would ask you went and recorded Positive Vibe at Jim Henson's recording studios. Did you get like stoned with Kermit? No, I'm just fucking around.
It's funny you say that because when
Animal come in and sit on the track.
It is where the Muppets are made. But what happened basically is so it gets back to the Capitol Records thing, you know what I mean? So we're trying to put out this album, and they hear the song Positive Vibes, like the original recording is a lot more organic, and I'd say like more of a Sublime feel. So they're like, listen, we think this is a hit. We want you to come in with our producers and do this, that, and the other thing, you know what I mean?
Chris Lower all
and he's a great mixer, man. It's all good. And so, so we're trying to work with these people. So we say against our, we usually produce and make our own records because we feel like no one could.
I thought you might have had a little bit of a problem.
But hey, man, we're trying to work with these people. So we say, all right, we'll go along with this, whatever, So we went along with the program, and they came out. It is what it is, you know what I mean? It isn't necessarily exactly how we interpret it, but it's one interpretation of that song, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Will you be playing it out live?
Yeah, well, we usually close the show with it, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Are they going to even try to promote that track, the record label?
No, they're not going to try to do anything.
No, they're done.
They're done.
They're done. So that's news because
we do have a video for that song that we shot ourselves. Dave Dawes directed it and stuff. We do.
I read that on the website.
Yeah.
I want that so we can play it.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to play full throttle.
We'll give you Dave Dawes' number. He'll give you a bunch of new videos that we shot on ourselves. You got his number? But don't give it over the air. We'll give it to you after the show, you know what I mean? Everyone's going to be calling Porno Dave, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all good. So I'd like to thank the guys for coming on the show. It's nice chilling with them. It was a rough day. Had some problems with a rental car, but we made it. We're here. This is Full Throttle. Full Throttle off of Rolling Stone. And remember, there's a live version of that on Wreaking Havoc. Yes, indeed, that kicks ass. Along with some killer DMX shit. DMX. Yes, indeed. Motocross. Fucking A.
Yeah,
all right, cool. I'll get you to show ID and that'll be it, man.
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. What do you want us to say on the show ID?
Hey, we're the Kottonmouth Kings, and you're cutting it up with my boy Giggs. He takes care of us in Pittsburgh. The Rock Circus.
Rock Circus is all right.
So fucking. No, I'll get out of here.
You go. No, come on. Yeah, come on. Come on.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? This is Kottonmouth Kings. We're chilling with...
We're chilling Gigs on Rock Circus, baby. All you clowns, the juggalos, the punkers, the hippies, the stoners, the riders, the skaters, the freestylers, everyone out there, the hip-hoppers, the ravers. You're chilling with the Kottonmouth Kings on the Rock Circus, and it don't stop, and it don't stop, and it won't stop, and it can't stop. Kottonmouth Kings, let the heat drop.